This week's episode is brought to you by Restless Moons Brewing, a Harrisonburg original. If you're looking for a true local hangout, this is it. They've got fantastic craft beer and a community vibe that's unmatched. They've got special events most nights of the week, live music on Friday and Saturday nights, and don't miss Sunday sessions where musicians of all levels bring their instruments to play together. Aww. Find your new favorite spot at 120 West Wolf Street. Visit restlessmoons.com or find them on Facebook for the full schedule. Restless Moons, stay local.
Okay, it's time for Bingo is Life.
Hey!
Oh, it really is, isn't it?
The podcast, episode something or other.
Yes.
Joined by
thanks.
the Bingo boys from Brewery Branch, Chris and Mike. Howdy Shell.
Hello.
Hey,
Also known as
what's
the
up?
Brothers Howdy Shell.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. That's
I
right.
am the AI Jazer.
Ooh. How will we know?
If I start talking about 1973 and I mentioned the wrong bands, I'm the AI Jazer.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good.
Christian and Mumshackles are, where are they? Are they somewhere together? They're not here.
No.
Christian says he's ill.
Yeah. And Mum Shackles' new job keeps her busy.
Yeah. Sometimes they make her go out there and direct traffic in the streets of
Oh,
Waynesboro.
gotcha.
There's an orange vest.
Well, there's only like one road in Waynesboro, so as far as I know, I don't know
Well, she
anything
spent last
about-
week telling us, though, that it's its own town.
that there's more than one road in Waynesboro.
That's right.
What she kept saying. I don't believe her. but-
Every 15 miles, there's another town, all the way across the United States of
Imagine.
America.
Hey, before we get rolling, I do want to. I forgot. I want to say hi to Townie the painter, who
Townie the
listens
painter.
to us every week. And so I was, hi, Townie
Nice.
the
Hi,
painter.
Townie.
I just love that there are people that listen to us every
Is
week.
he
That's sweet.
a house painter or an art painter?
He is a house painter.
Cool. That's he's actually got a
best
job
kind.
then.
Yeah, he actually has.
Yes, that means he gets paid to paint.
Yes.
He has to buy paint.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then pay people.
He
pay
talks
him.
about paint and like gallons, like multiple.
Right.
yes, and
Right.
He
That's
knows.
a really annoying job. That's why people get paid to do it.
I
You know?
thi- yeah,
you
it's-
spill it. You don't. The tape never works.
Oh man.
The frog tape.
Right.
You know what? When you get good, you don't even need frog tape.
There you go.
You have
Well, I ain't
special
never going to
brushes
get good
and
at house painting. Not until I
Call Townie.
Yeah, okay.
There you go. Call Tony. Speaking of, it's funny. People may have noticed this was the first time our show started with sponsorship. I wanted to say we are going to have some the bills have to be paid. The podcast hosting and all that stuff has to be done. So we're going to throw a few sponsors out there, local sponsors, and very fortunate to begin with Restless Moon.
Yeah,
So thank you,
thank you
Restless.
so much.
Yes.
That's a really cool place. This is better than working in radio because no matter what you think of the business, you have to read the promo.
Nice.
Okay, so bingo was really quiet.
Yes, it was quiet.
I mean,
tonight.
they were here, they were playing,
We
but
did
they were
have
like
people.
focused.
They were very
Focused.
focused.
They wanted to win.
I think that's what it is. They
Yeah.
want to win.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to win.
Yeah.
What's the
But-
point of playing bingo if you don't want to win?
Okay, so the
just to
final
spend
gal,
time.
the final gal who won tonight, she comes up, she goes, "I just want you to know that my boyfriend was the one who actually won, and he made me come
Oh,
up here."
my goodness.
And I looked at the boyfriend, and the boyfriend is like, imagine like the Incredible Hulk. He's enormous.
He's enormous.
This enormous human. I mean,
So you're like,
enormous.
that's fine.
Yeah, and I was like, and he didn't want to roll for the strike.
Yeah, right.
It seems like he could just do it with
Just-
his mind.
Right. He could scare them down.
Yeah. And then but anyways, she did not get the $100.
She did not.
But it was still a fun,
Yeah.
fun night.
Fun night.
Fun time. So,
Fantastic.
So we've got guests.
We have a guest.
We do
all
have
the
a
way
guest.
from Broadway, Virginia / Harrisonburg, Virginia. My homeboy, John Yoder Gullman.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Hey, thanks for coming on board.
You've
with
been on
this.
before, though. You
Yeah.
were here with Julia. And,
Well,
and the
Julia,
whole crew.
and also with the amateur rodeo. Tonight
was like
there's
9 people.
a few less people here tonight than than last time.
there was so many people here
Yeah.
at that time. I mean, we had like 2 tables
Yeah,
worth of people.
and we had the mic splitters and the whole
Yeah.
equipment set. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, this is a little more low key.
Yeah.
But it's really great to be here. You guys, it's just like my favorite podcast.
Whoa.
Don't ask me how many podcasts I listen to, but it is my favorite podcast.
I'll take that.
I signed up for Rock Lotto Sunday night.
Oh, nice.
And I was hoping I was going to get in the band with your bandmate.
Oh, Matt Colors.
Matt Colors.
Yes. Oh, you would be lucky.
Yeah,
that would be great.
But I think I lucked
He's a
out.
gem.
I got, it's always a crapshoot.
So you're in Rock Lotto this year.
Yes, I am.
You've got a band. You're not in Rock Lotto.
No, I need to do that. Life is busy, and I just didn't do it this year again. But 1 year.
Well, I'm not necessarily recommending it because it's a challenge.
Well, you know what? It's a challenge to be in a band.
Yes, that's
Period.
why.
Yeah,
That's the what's so great about Rock Lotto is you only have like 6 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it is, and you have to do it.
Yeah.
And you can say, well, this isn't working out, and that guy doesn't know how to play that theremin very well.
Well,
is that what you're playing?
Yes.
Oh, good.
But in 6 weeks it'll all be over.
Oh, that's awesome, Jay.
Yeah.
Good for you for doing that. But John is in multiple bands.
Yes. Sure.
And so tell me, I know that you're in the amateur rodeo.
Yeah.
Tell me about this new band that you're in.
Yeah.
that you're in.
Stone Spring String Band. Try to say that 5 times fast.
Okay.
No, I don't recommend that. No, it's a good group. There's 3 of us: Kaylee Kiger, Aiden Daly, and myself. Kaylee plays fiddle, Aiden plays guitar, and I play clawhammer banjo. It's a lot of fun.
Nice.
They're really, really good musicians, and we all just love old time, and that's why it started. It actually started pretty organically at Clifftop, which is the Appalachian String Band Festival.
Yeah.
And the night before the band contests, people were like, "Oh, well, let's play together. And the 3 of us looked at each other and like,
Let's do this.
do you want to do something? So we did, yeah. And just like everyone else except for the top 5 people, we tied for 6th place. So
Now, are you playing straight up traditional country or traditional old time?
yeah, Appalachian fiddle tunes, old time music.
You're not shaking it up or anything.
We are shaking it up on the 14th a little bit. So far, we've just been playing old time music. But at Sagebird on the 14th, they have this St. Paddy's event. And we're playing for that. So I told Amber Lee, I was like, thanks for having us. We're not Irish. She's like, that's totally fine, no problem. But we've worked up a few Irish tunes as well.
Yeah,
so,
now you're going to have to throw an A minor in there.
Yeah, man, those hippie chords. Yeah.
Well, without actually listening to the music, the most identifiable instrument to distinguish between old time and other forms of Americana is the banjo.
Sure.
So
And how it's played?
Why don't you explain to the listeners who don't know the difference between a bluegrass banjo and how it's played and your banjo?
So I think most people are familiar with the bluegrass banjo sound of the 3-finger picking and very bright and twangy and fast-paced and just a lot of notes. And then the old-time banjo and really old-time music in general is the predecessor to bluegrass and has been around for hundreds of years. And that banjo style is clawhammer, and it's using one of your striking fingers, so you're either your index or your middle finger, and your thumb, and you're just doing like a quarter note and 2/8 notes is like the basic pattern on your right hand. Like bum diddy is the sort of the onomatopoeia.
Bum diddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can do all the stuff with your left hand to make it all work. But for me that is what I was drawn to. Growing up here in Broadway and Harrisonburg, I went to EMHS, went to EMU, and grew up listening to the Steel Wheels. And back when they were just starting, they were very much old time and old time music, and that's the music that has stuck with me. So when it's interesting, I never really played the banjo until COVID hit. I had played guitar, I had played ukulele, I had played bass, and those were all fine. They were kind of a means to an end because I lead music at church. That's one of the things I do. And that was,
Blessed be
a great way.
the tie that binds.
Exactly. Jay knows. Yeah. Fellow Mennonite here.
Hearts in Christ. Okay, never mind.
But anyways, when COVID hit, I had a banjo, but I had just been playing it sort of like a guitar. And then I was stuck at home. I'm a teacher. I was home for an entire year, doing very little, and it was very therapeutic and just like awesome to like.
It's almost COVID drove me to banjo.
No. It's a bright spot.
Oh, good. Okay.
Not the pandemic, but the learning of it, and just like it was a great pastime, and dove deep into it, and I have not looked back.
That's cool.
Just, playing old time music ever since.
When you were learning during COVID, were you watching videos or how were you doing?
Yeah, I mean, I taught myself, but when I say that, I learned from YouTube. Thanks to a few people. I would say Brad Kolodner, Hillary Burhans, and Dr. Josh Turknet. Those 3 are
Oh,
And
Yeah.
I'm going to bring this up because
Teachers.
I have OCD from my background. The other distinguishing variable is that you have no back on an old time banjo.
Oh yeah,
whereas in
yeah. I
bluegrass,
got ahead
you
of
have
myself.
a
but
resonator.
Yeah. So the resonator is the bluegrass thing, and it makes it that sound push out to the front and even louder.
And also, speaking
Yeah.
of banjo, you now teach banjo
I do, yeah.
at Rocktown House of Music.
Yeah, I teach at Rocktown House of Music. We have some group classes there, which are great. That's like the highlight of my week. I mean, everything's great, but that's like the best part. Having a group of people playing banjo together, and we're all, I am teaching, but I feels like we're all just sort of learning together.
It's funny that you say everything's great. Steve Martin, who also is a big banjo player, although it's more bluegrass, he plays more bluegrass. He's the guy. You're just holding a banjo, you feel great.
He plays both. He does clawhammer.
Oh,
and
is that right?
bluegrass.
He does?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Have you ever played a fretless clawhammer banjo?
I have. Yeah.
There's some the demonic algorithms have been sending me fretless bluegrass fretless banjo videos, and it sounds awesome.
Oh, it's
It
great.
sounds like
yeah.
a punishment.
No, it's good.
Okay, good.
It depends who you're talking to, but for me, that's like, that is the nice mellow, like, melodic kind of sound.
And the banjo is also representative of the cultural synthesis in the United States.
Yeah.
It's an African instrument that was, it's a lot. A lot of times people associate it with a really, conservative white country sound, but it was originally African, and there are now like a lot of young Africans trying to reclaim the banjo for not reclaim it, but it wasn't cool for a while, and now it's coming back.
Yeah, I mean, I call it an African American instrument
Right.
because the predecessors to the banjo were the West African instruments that people have studied and have that common top string that is their drone string with their thumb. But yeah, I mean, it is descended from the slaves being here in the East Coast and in the Caribbean, even North, like South America.
Because I've been getting into a lot with the Piedmont blues style in the festival they have in Rappahannock County, and the coal fields were like people were coming from all different cultural backgrounds and blending together the music, African Americans, the country music, all kinds of different things. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
All right, enough of that.
Well,
Banjo.
One of the other banjo. I mean, I feel like so there's some people that Corey Green is who's coming to mind who does not. She's kind of making her name as a banjo player.
Sure.
And I love that. You brought up Trent. Trent plays the banjo, but he always played guitar back then, though,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
I think
Or did
so.
he play banjo too? I don't know.
Well, they played old time songs, so
Yeah,
at one point, and I don't really know. I mean, it all kind of time flies when you're having fun. I think at some point he definitely picked up the banjo, and that is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what drew.
You're younger
Yeah.
than Trent, though, right?
Yeah, I mean,
so he
I
was already
assume.
he was already established when you were listening to him at EMHS.
Did you ever?
yeah.
Did you ever listen to Two Gun Terry, the local?
Yes, yeah. That was definitely after I got into old time, and that's the cool thing is like there's never ending things to discover and people and history to learn. But Two Gun is the name I hear everywhere in Harrisonburg because he is connected to everyone old time.
Yeah.
He was a character. I knew him well.
I said it was really cool. My friends Joe and Kate at their wedding. He never played weddings. Okay,
Interesting.
it was because it was not a thing. He was like, nah, he would not play weddings. But somehow they were connected enough that they got Two Gun Terry to play their wedding.
And he said yes.
He said yes.
Ed Michaels, you ever heard that name? He was a fiddler that was
Okay.
really well known. I think he's probably passed as well.
Yeah.
Oh, who he carved the dragon at the Little Grill, and he made instruments.
Steve Parks.
Yeah, Steve
Oh, yeah.
Parks.
He was a luthier.
Yeah,
Definitely
he was.
know.
Yeah. there's-
Sandy was his wife.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think of there was always an old time scene, but it was not the way it is today. I feel
Right.
I feel like today almost not any. I mean, Tuesday nights at Restless Moons,
Right. Yeah.
on every other Wednesday or something.
Yeah.
y'all
First
do?
and third Wednesdays at
First-
Rocktown. Yeah.
At Rocktown, you have something.
There was always a really big Clifftop was really big when I first came back in the '80s. I mean, it's always been here.
Oh yeah.
I don't
for
know
sure.
that.
Well, not always, but like 30 plus years. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
It's always there, but the spotlight kind of moves around.
yeah, Marino's is currently having a nice renaissance as well, as far as like having their music, and it's some old time. It's not just old time,
Right.
What do you
Queen
think?
City also has an old time jam, and then there's another jam in like Waynesboro every week. Like there's one at Bridgewater Retirement Home too. Like there's jams happening all the time.
So you really can't swing a dead cat without finding an old time.
I mean, yeah, it would. Yes, took the words out of my mouth.
What do you,
I believe that's what it is.
what happens at the old time jam when the guy shows up with the the congas and?
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's okay. So here's the beautiful thing. I mean, about sort of the old time process and being in a circle jamming with people is every jam is different, and I think like any acoustic instrument is welcome, with one asterisk, and that is that every instrument should play quieter than the quietest fiddle. All right, because the fiddles are the lead. So as long as as you can do that, you're welcome.
Now, what do you do when the lead is bad?
Oh man.
I mean, and
That doesn't happen.
It doesn't. No, it does happen.
That's a really good question. I feel like there's tends to be someone else that takes over.
Yeah.
Like tends to be that someone steps in, and that can be a fiddle or a banjo, but it's usually one of those two because those are the two instruments playing melody
Kind of pop in there.
most often. Yeah.
Did your band ever play contra dances?
We have, not the current band that I'm in, but I've played contra and square dances. That's a lot of fun because you're like that is the way the music came to be, and it's very like. Yeah, it's centered around dance and having fun, and the music makes you want to dance. So,
what does contra mean? I don't know what that.
Tell him. Uh-oh.
Oh, I don't
Contra
know.
dancing, well, I don't know what it means, but it's not square dancing, and it's the same.
Square dancing, you're dancing in a square.
Well, you'll get the contra dancers will
Bow
get
to your partner.
the contra dancers.
Hannah
will-
Johnson's killing me right now.
Yeah,
gotcha.
they'll get as upset about being called square dancers as say the old timers will
Yeah.
be when you call them bluegrass. I don't know. Beyond that, I don't know.
They are different. It's just the way that the dancers are dancing, but they're both descended from English and European music, right? So I feel like old time is a mix of that European music history and also the African music history. And yeah,
It's of course involved a woman, but I used to do a lot of contra dancing, and then I did not.
I gotcha.
So,
guess
but
that's how that
at
goes.
that time, it was the contra dancing was dancers were more, say, granola hippie types. I'm vastly generalizing here, and square dancing would be maybe not that.
Interesting.
That is interesting. Hey, I did want to throw out there for our new sponsor, Restless Moons.
Ooh.
On Tuesday nights, they do Old Time Jam.
yes,
Is that correct?
Yeah, I was actually just there.
Ah, very nice.
You
Very
were
nice.
just there.
Just
was
the-
it hopping?
This is Tuesday night.
It is Tuesday night.
what's
So I won't say never, but we aren't there usually because we're doing bingo.
Yeah, we
right?
did get to go there once.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun. We recorded there.
And that crowd, is it a pretty regular crowd?
Oh,
or is
yeah.
it kind of come and go?
I have actually been.
It's very regular,
Been,
yeah.
been able to do this and also haul my upright bass down there. And
That's cool.
How
That's
late
very
does
cool.
it go till?
It's from 6 to 10, so it's a long jam.
they're
you can,
still playing
yeah.
when we leave here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Really?
awesome. That's awesome.
So, I mean, when you, let's say you don't have an instrument, you just want to go, do people just go to listen?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, definitely. And there has been more of that recently. I saw more ebb and flow with that in the past, but yeah, the last year there's been a lot of regulars people. Yeah, for
And
listening.
people that are kind of hesitant to play, but they want to play. It's
Yeah.
kind of the perfect place, right?
It really is.
Because you
If
can
you
just kind of.
you can sit on the fringe, or you can kind of have
Yeah.
layers, right? Like I like the idea of an onion jam where you have like the leaders in the middle and then
Onion jam.
layers
Yeah.
of
Nice.
chairs around that circle.
Yeah.
And it's a great way to learn.
That's
And
very
that is the
cool.
way I learned. I learned at Restless. I mean, I learned like I said, I taught myself on YouTube. But then when I actually wanted to be like, okay, I need to get out of my house and do something with this banjo other than just play for myself.
Very cool.
That's where I landed, and that's how I learned. And
and
took
they're,
off from there.
they're very helpful. The people will get up and show you the guitar
Right.
chords while they're playing, and
Yeah.
Right.
And if you're having problems figuring it out,
I do also want to mention that they do other things besides have these jams, though. Monday night is a movie club. That was we saw that yesterday. Apparently, they show movies there on Monday nights. Wednesday night they have a game night. Friday and Saturday they're usually doing live bands, and then Sunday they do something called Sunday Sessions,
Yes.
where it's not necessarily old time jam, but they just kind of welcome everybody.
Somebody's grandpa, right?
Yeah,
Somebody's grandpa.
And then also on Sundays they do a chess club. So
yes,
yeah. So thanks, Restless Moons, for sponsoring. And if you're listening to this, you should get out there because that's a great place to spend some time.
Absolutely.
It's a great community hub. I feel like it's my home spot.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I feel like it's sort of taken the serving the role that the Little Grill served back in the day.
I 100%
Right.
agree
The
with
Little
that
Grill is
statement.
doing fantastic, but
Yeah.
it's a restaurant. If you're not,
Yep.
you don't just show up there to find weird Jays there, talking about the Illuminati. But you can find people like that.
No, you gotta-
Restless Moon.
You go to breakfast for that. I met up with Jay for breakfast today.
That's right.
We didn't plan on it,
awesome.
but there you go.
Very nice.
That's the way it works.
Yeah.
It was God.
Oh,
God sent me to the Little Grill to meet with Mike this morning. Right?
That's how.
Yes. Amen, brother.
When was the last time you were back in Greenwood, Delaware, Mr. John Yoder Gullman?
It has been a long time. I went with my grandfather, P.T. Yoder, and he's passed. So it's probably been.
Is he buried at the cemetery at the Greenwood Mennonite
No,
Church?
he's buried here near Weaver's Mennonite. Yeah.
Well, that kind of brings me to. I would love to know a little bit. You said you grew. I mean, I know nothing about where you grew up. You grew up in Broadway.
Sure. Yeah, I did grow up in Broadway, but spent most of my childhood really in Harrisonburg, going to EMHS for middle school and high school.
Did you go to Zion, or is that hallucination?
No, I did go to Zion, and then I
went.
went to Crossroads Mennonite,
Right.
and that's where I spent most of my childhood. That's a small, tiny church in the middle of a cornfield in Timberville.
Yeah.
And really, that's where music started for me. I would say
At the crossroads.
at the Crossroads, exactly. Yes.
Go to the crossroads.
Before I was in front of the 30 people at Crossroads, leading music. My real origin with music was my sister. My sister, she's my only sibling, Hannah, and she has multiple disabilities, but has better rhythm than I do, and just loves to groove and loves to rock to music. So
cool.
that was the best reinforcement when I was learning. Is she loved my music, even if probably my mom was like, "Oh my gosh,
Put that banjo away.
yeah."
Mama, don't allow no bluegrass picking around here. No.
Oh man.
Well, now, shape singing, you did that from a young age?
No, I didn't do shape singing. I was aware of it, and I had experienced a little bit of that. I definitely did 4-part harmony in the hymns.
I do need to stop you there. Shape singing, is that what you said?
Shaped note.
Shape note.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, but
so
so
what is
what
that?
is-
We need to know what that is.
That would be an old. Can you
Go ahead.
explain it?
Well, I mean, it is a style of reading music
Okay.
that was, I think, particularly designed for people that were less literate, and it was following shapes. And there was a different. It's not the solfege. It was a different. It's la mi fa so, I think is what it is, and it just doubles that, right? So there's 8 notes in do re mi fa so la ti do. It's la mi fa so, and the la's are all squares, the mi's are all circles. Oh goodness.
So in the
and then there's a triangle and one other thing.
And
yeah.
I think an X.
Yeah.
If I'm thinking of the Sony PlayStation, right?
At the point where
maybe a rhombus. No, just kidding. Yeah.
At the point where I stopped going to church, the Mennonite hymnal still had the shape notes in there.
Sure. Yeah.
So you could
Really?
you could learn to if you once you got the pitch for the key that it was in, you just knew what the relative notes were relative to the major. My mother could play the piano, and she could play any song in any key. I think she could only play in one key on the piano, but she could read the shape notes and play.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Let's say it was in the key of F sharp or whatever, and she'd played in.
So she'd instantly transpose it.
She would
in the key that
transpose
she
it because
knew.
she was playing by shape notes rather than by reading music.
And when I started to go to church when I was born,
we didn't have any choice about that one, John.
Okay, choice.
You didn't get your parents didn't sit you down and say, "Okay, what church do you want to go to, John Gullman?"
No, but I value that upbringing for sure. I would say that the hymn book that I had, it was a mix. It was interesting. It still had the shape notes, but then it was on a treble clef and a bass clef.
Well, yeah,
right. So it was the mix.
Yes, same here.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Wow, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
I had no idea there were shape
Me
notes.
either.
Well, I think it's from around here, right? Like Singer's
Glen. Yeah, for sure.
But so now, you're a bass? I'm assuming you sing the bottom. Can you sing both?
Yeah,
both
I mean, my choir director Jay Hartzler at EMHS would say I'm a baritone. But
I was a baritone.
Yeah, I like I like singing bass, but yeah.
Can you sing the treble part or probably not?
Oh man, I mean,
in like barbershop. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, if you really want me to, but I'll strain my voice.
Well, now, did you ever sing a cappella with a group at all?
Yeah. So I was in touring choir at EMHS, which was a great experience. We got to go all over the East Coast and to the local like Mennonite churches, but then also toured in Europe one summer and we went to like, I don't know, 5 to 10 countries. It was a lot in the span of like 3 weeks, and just went to different churches.
Amazing.
And got to go to Russia and Poland and see like these big Orthodox churches and sing. Yeah. And the coolest thing too with that experience, I think, or at least what sticks out to me the most, is our director. Like when we would cut off a song that was designed, like at the end of a song, he would make his last motion, and he would count. Right, and he would count on the songs particularly that were designed for those spaces, and how long that ring would just keep going.
Oh yeah,
and there was
awesome.
and there was one church in St. Petersburg where, I mean, we all had goosebumps, and he was still counting, and it was like, I want to say 9 or 10 seconds of natural ring, just because of how that space was designed. Yeah.
Well, see, it's no wonder people turn to God in moments like that.
Yeah,
right.
Because that is pretty cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
And you're church leading now. You've expanded. You're probably in a more progressive. It's not.
So I
got
to
a plain church with it.
No, it's not a plain church. Although I do have my grandfather's plain coat. It doesn't fit me, but it's pretty cool. No, I go to Emmanuel Mennonite.
Right.
Yeah, that church started the "No matter where you're from, we're glad you're our neighbor." So you can get the.
They broke off from Broad Street back in the day over doctrinal disagreement.
But schisms.
You'll have guitars and do you have drums?
Yeah. Guitar, drum, piano on most Sundays. Sometimes I'll sneak in the banjo. Yeah,
you have a screen up there with the
mostly from the hymn book, but some on the wall as well. Yeah, it's a mix.
I was in Singers, and you were in Singers as well. Yep. Did you do every Sunday at a different church?
Yeah, we would travel to churches.
Because that's what. Yeah, and
nice.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
We had a program. And people, they loved it. You're wearing your little. We had red ties, I think, or something like that.
The sparkly red.
Yeah, the sparkly red ties. T.A. Singers and Miss Wampler. She was a different name when you had her.
Yeah.
But they were. It was a lot of fun, and I actually enjoy thinking about those times because I love singing in a choir.
Oh,
I think I one of my favorite things now is to get large groups of people to sing together.
When are we going to have an a cappella group that we're going to, join the Howdy Show, the Brothers Howdy Show?
I thought you were starting it.
Well, I would. Maybe John's going to have to help.
Maybe we can all start.
We get David.
I will throw out
involved.
that Dr. Howe has been our band. We have been actually, I won't say focused, but we certainly have spent more time with harmonies in some of the new songs that we've written.
Yeah, it sounds great.
And it is fun. I love it. Chris and I's grandmother was an alto, and she had. I remember as a kid listening to her sing, and she could pick up some of the most interesting harmonies.
Oh yeah, I feel like you just described my grandmother as well.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah.
So I love it. Kind of grew up in that too, and yeah, it's awesome.
Well, which kind of brings back to the Restless Moon / all these other little venues that are around churches or whatever. There's a great little musical scene here, and then
there really is.
What I appreciate about you is I feel like I just met you about a couple years ago, and man, I love everything you're up to. I really do.
Yeah.
I think the Amateur Rodeo is one of the best bands.
Tell us,
thanks.
In Harrisonburg.
There's lots of good bands in Harrisonburg.
It's a really good one, though. I mean, you guys have a great sound.
Tell us how you got together.
Sound.
You got together from the Old Time Jam.
Yeah. That was basically like a very organic getting together too at Restless. Through the Old Time Jam, we all connected. Some of us were connected before that, but really that's where all 6 of us got together. And I love playing music with them. It's it is a great band led by a great leader. Julia's
I know I told this story on the show, but maybe when you were on before. But Sean, the drummer, was talking about when he was first playing, he had to start writing O and C next to each song to tell which were the originals and which were the covers, because they all her originals sounded like classic Americana covers to him.
Oh, that's cool.
Fun.
Yeah. We had taken a bit of a break during the winter months and just sort of extended into spring here, but we're excited to get back to it in May. We have a few shows.
Well, tell us a little bit about the Townie Together show.
Yeah, that's one of them, May 30th, and that's a great extension from a show we had last year. That was a fundraiser for Erica Furrow, who has MS, and a group of us just got together and felt like we needed to raise money for her, and having a community event where music's involved, the community's involved, and we're all raising money felt like the right thing. And that was super, super successful.
We had huge.
Yeah, we raised over $7,000 just that one night.
Amazing.
And in the whole GoFundMe thing for her, over $12,000. It was amazing, and there was a lot of people there. We had a great band in Dogwood Tales headlining.
I've heard of those boys.
So it was a good Townie event, which is what Townie Together is all about, trying to get people together to raise money for one of us. And so Erica, after last year, sat down with me and was like, we need to do this again. Not for me, but for someone else in this community. And I was just like, that sounds amazing. We don't know who that's going to be, but we're going to know by the time that, May comes around next year.
Right.
And she's like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, life happens. Like, someone's going to need something.
That's true.
And so this year we're raising money for Joseph Huffman, who has ALS. Great guy. I think you guys know him.
Yeah.
I cast him in a lot of plays. I was in a play with him, and then he played the lead in one of my most successful directing projects. So that was really sad to hear about that, because he seemed like a young man at the time. But I guess I could hit anybody.
Right.
So we're raising money for him, and moving forward, we want to raise money for someone local and for a larger organization as well. Just kind of realize that we need to raise money for the research to end things like ALS and other things like that. So we're going to raise money for him and for ALS organization of his choosing. So
that's what they used to call Lou Gehrig disease. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Right. If you think about the ice bucket challenge, remember that?
Right.
Yeah,
that's right.
The it's interesting. So he had recounted a great story how he's been trying to be an actor.
Yes,
he is an actor.
He's been in some movies and things.
Yeah. But I read online. I've not kept up with him over the last several years, but I read online he wrote this great story how he got to be a background character on Saturday Night Live.
Oh wow!
Oh, cool.
And he. I was like, here I am. He had the picture of him in the background. It was like,
hanging out with the Coneheads or something.
Yeah. I know. I don't know the whole story. Maybe we should have him on. Actually, that would be a great. He'd be a great guest.
Yeah, well, he was in. I did the Last Night of Ballyhoo, which was part of a trilogy, including Driving Miss Daisy, and he was the romantic lead with opposite Rebecca Wishon Rogers, and that was incredible. I mean, no, maybe there's somebody listening, since we have thousands of listeners now who remember. It was a really good play.
Yeah,
he's very. Your plays are only as good as the actors you cast in the final analysis. Well, he was an awesome talent.
He was a little grill guy too. I mean, he definitely hung around the grill. He's the same age as me. I think.
Talking about trying to be an actor, I mean, at one point it becomes a crapshoot. There's some really great actors, and whether you get to be in the Downy soap commercial or don't, it's just luck. It's just it's luck.
Yeah,
Downy, you say? I'm more of a Snuggles guy.
Well, but either way, I think it's fantastic you're doing this again.
Thanks. And I do want to give a shout out to Restless and Jeff Moon too for that event, because part of that success is not just the town coming together and the community coming together to raise money, but Jeff being willing to give 50% of his sales for the whole entire day towards that is amazing, and it's not something he does for anything else. So
that man is doing things that are not strictly motivated by the almighty greenback.
Absolutely,
and
he's
there's
a great
not
dude.
A lot of people doing that.
No, there's not, and he's. Well, I'd say there's a lot. He says yes to my whatever ideas, and I've thrown him some wild ones.
We're doing a polka tribute to Barbara Streisand.
And he keeps saying yes, and I'm telling you, it's people like that that's just a compliment to him.
I'm really excited
Absolutely.
about the new project that he's putting in next to the Friendly City Food Co-op.
Yes,
I was just
the
talking,
wizard mode.
Oh, is that what
That's
it's
right.
called?
Is that what it's
That's right.
called?
I was
Wizard
just talking
mode?
to Sean today, and he's working on PA for that place.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I hear that it's going to be open late spring
Of this
Yeah.
year.
of this year.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
I
it's
have a
gonna be good
funny
spot.
feeling we will be talking more about it when it gets closer.
Yeah. I do want to say thank you to you guys too, because your guys gonna Dr. Howe's going to be playing at Townie together. So
That's
thanks
right.
for
right.
for being a part of that.
No, I'm happy to. I'm glad.
What's the lineup? Who else do you have?
So we haven't posted it yet, but maybe I'll just spoil it and say it right
Do
now.
it.
Ooh, all right. Exclusive.
I mean, the Amateur Rodeo is hosting it along with Jeff, so we'll be playing. Dr. Howe's going to play. And the big surprise that I just found out this week is that Trent and Eric of the Steel Wheels are going to play.
Oh, nice.
So
Yeah.
really pumped that they were willing to do that and
Nice.
show up for this community event. A lot of we have Ivan Jaguardini.
Yay.
A lot of really wonderful humans and musicians.
You think Joby will be there?
Joby will definitely be there. I mean, the Amateur Rodeo's playing. So,
How about that Dave Brenneman?
yes, indeed.
I don't
yes.
know. I saw him in a dream one time.
I gotta say, Joby's,
There are some others that I didn't mention, but we'll just save that for the poster. Yeah.
I love Joby.
Oh,
What
yeah.
a character!
Yeah.
I mean, he's recorded a couple songs with me now, and
I think he knows how to play the accordion.
Oh my!
I think he must have had
gosh.
lessons or something.
This guy rolls into town. He's does magic. I mean,
He's got a magic trick with dice. That
such an interesting
Blew me away.
character. I just love it when people like that
he's
show up.
Yeah, when he has
and
the
just-
3 cups and ask you to pick which balls under them for $10, don't do that.
He will get your money.
But it kind of brings me back to the amateur rodeo. Your band, that band is full of such great characters.
Yeah,
and you sound great. I mean, you really do. Your live album, that's on that you recorded at Clementine, is really good.
Yeah.
And if you've not heard it, folks, go check it out.
And I will try to put some links in the show notes.
Sure.
So that
Yeah.
Someday,
people want to follow up.
someday, can you put one of my covers of her songs on at the
Sure,
end of the
absolutely.
podcast?
Yeah, we can
You
do a
share
whole,
with me
let's
at
do a
some
whole podcast about it, Jay.
About what?
Your covers.
Your covers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've got 2 covers of one song
See,
by
we're
Julia.
the people that can say yes to everything.
Yes, we can say yes.
I got a polka version of a Chris Adishell song.
Yes, good. Yes,
Yes.
finally.
Yes.
All right, so John, before I want to make sure we hit all the things because you are a man that is doing. You're a doer right now.
That's right.
So you've got Townie Together happening in May.
Yeah.
You've got your band, the Amateur Rodeo, but you also have the
Stone
Spring.
Stringband, yeah.
Where all are you playing? Where's the Stone?
So we're playing actually this Friday for the first Fridays downtown
where
at Hess Financial. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, that'll be great.
But also just getting gigs more and more. We're going to play, like I said, at Sagebird on the 14th, Restless on the 21st, and then we have we're going to be a part of
the string band.
the string band. Yeah, we're going to also be a part of a festival at Cave Hill.
Nice.
Their Brewgrass Festival. Corey's
I see what
playing
they're doing there. I see.
Yeah. The Flybirds and King Street Bluegrass and ourselves. All day event. So that's going to be in April 25th.
Hess Financial is on Main Street, right?
Yes,
Across from Jack Brown.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's sort of
You
an
got it.
intimidating space to go into. So
Yeah, but there'll be photography in there and we'll be playing.
just
So,
walk right
yeah.
on in. Sometimes there's a little barrier psychologically in getting in there. So don't be pulled
don't
by
be
that.
afraid.
Just come
go.
on in. Yeah,
Hold on.
absolutely.
Where did you say it is?
Hess Financial.
Hess
It's across the street. It's across
From Jack Brown.
It's next to the Texas Inn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Over there, right on that block.
Really?
And
yeah.
you have to walk in there. There's no window where you could see what's going on from the street. You just have to walk into
You
Hess
just go in.
Financial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But on Fridays, it's set up to be a venue for art and
exactly.
music in this case.
Right. Yeah,
Oh,
both.
that's so
Will
great.
there be
Yeah.
art in there as well?
Yeah, there's going to be. I forget the name of the photographer, but the event's posted online. There's a lot of photography that he has. It's kind of like the stills and the strings, right? The still photography and the strings.
I'm thinking
Is the name of it. Yeah.
it should warm up by Friday, so this might be a really good first Friday.
This is going to be great.
I do also want to shout out something that already happened with our band, the Stone String Band, and the Ridge Ramblers. They're another great old time trio.
Yeah.
Top notch in my book. there was a fundraiser that we had at my church for Mercy House. It was just kind of an idea that I was like, I want to do more of these kind of community events and just get kind of a cross section of the community, right? Like not just the Mennonites, not just the people at Restless, not just the people that like old time music, and not just the people that want to donate to these causes, but just everyone. And so it was just, free for everyone, free will donation, just music for 2 hours and lots of really yummy treats made by Mennonites, so that was a plus. But yeah, no, we got.
They never use sugar. That's why they're so healthy, right?
Yeah.
I bet at some point in the evening, everyone sang and it sounded beautiful.
It was actually they all helped me sing along. I sang after our set. I sang a John Prine song.
Which one? Which one do you?
Boundless Love, which is on his last album,
nice.
And it's one of my favorite songs of his, which is hard to say because he has a lot of really good ones.
And where did it happen?
At Emmanuel Mennonite Church.
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
So, and it was kind of an experiment with like, could this thing kind of like happen, sort of like. Not exactly like, but like Arts Incarnate at the Church of the Incarnation,
100%
kind of thing. And Seth Chrisman, who also goes to our church, and a couple other people are like, let's do more of this afterwards. Because there was over 150 people, or around 150 people there, and we raised like $2,500 for Mercy House. So
that's awesome.
it was hard to choose a organization. Like there are so many good nonprofits. And for me, it was kind of a shout out to my grandmother, Daisy Yoder, who... Yeah, like when she came back to Harrisonburg from being a missionary in Ethiopia for 40 years, most people would just retire, right? Wow. But she's like went around town, was like looking like, where can I help? And started Friendship House, which was a soup kitchen that is still run today by Blessed Sacrament. And yeah, anyway, so I was like, all right, how can I help? And I feel like something that like is helping people that are having trouble with housing or need to be housed is the right thing. But yeah, it was a cool thing, and I just am excited that there's going to be more of it.
That's incredible.
Did she know Chester Wenger by any chance?
Well, absolutely. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You knew Chester Wenger?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Through proxy. I mean, like my grandparents knew him, so I met him. Yeah.
Where did you meet him? Lancaster?
Yeah, I definitely spent some time in Lancaster. So I think it was either there or here or both.
His son was my roommate at Eastern Mennonite College.
Which one?
Phil.
Okay, nice. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
This is really famous. Phil. When they legalized gay marriage in Pennsylvania.
Yes. I love Chester.
Chester married Phil and his husband.
Yeah.
And was promptly excommunicated by the Lancaster Mennonite Conference. The guy's 90 years old. He's been a missionary in Ethiopia.
Yeah.
He could have run naked down Route 30 screaming, I'm a gobbledy, and they wouldn't have excommunicated him, but,
Yeah. He did what he was called to do, and and that's actually my grandfather has a similar story, but it was through ordaining the first woman minister in Virginia Mennonite Conference
at Broad Street.
No, at Community Mennonite.
Mennonite.
Yeah.
Because I think Broad Street once got X for something like that. I mean, they got kicked. I think they were kicked out of Virginia Conference twice.
Yeah.
All right, we're definitely going to have a Mennonite-only conversation at some point.
I feel like this. This
maybe we might want to go ahead and just say the next 5 minutes are for the Mennonites only.
Come on. There's nothing we said that wouldn't be of interest to human beings.
Actually, I think it's time to wrap it up, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
time.
but I want to make sure that I say this because. Yes. I, too, have found that the path of getting people together is the best path.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It is the way that things actually, it feels good.
Does it feel like it's a lost art these days? Like it feels more important, right?
Things are too fragmented.
Yes.
And that's
but you're absolutely right. Pulling people together, smart, being authentic, being real, smart.
It feels good. Feels like the right thing to do. It is the right thing to do, and it also is a great response when you see all the crap that's going on in the world too. Like, what can I do? And you feel out of control. Right. Find something you can do.
It does help.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Very
that's
cool.
That's the move. I appreciate it. I'm thankful for people like you. Thankful for you. And it's awesome, man. Yeah. Keep doing it.
There are people floating around in the acoustic community who are elders who are saying that's what's going to heal. That's what could heal our culture is getting together to play traditional music on acoustic instruments and connecting to what brought us together in the past.
Absolutely. I think for me, old time music, and I know we got to wrap up here soon, but like old time music is it's accessible. It is something that the community can come together, and not just old time music, but anything really, like the folk process, right?
Yeah.
and it can be therapeutic. It can be fun. Like, you meet people. I continue to meet people at all these fiddle festivals that I go to, fiddle conventions, old time festivals. I connected to like Charlottesville Network, Stanton Network, Harrisonburg Network, and then meeting people from all over the world, because there's old time communities everywhere. It's a beautiful thing when you can just be in a circle, and that circle's different every time, right? And that sound is kind of just like,
how many
you're figuring out how to blend things together.
Point? I mean, are you at like 100? Do you think
like for like old time tunes, I can say with confidence that it's over 500.
Oh my God.
And the reason I can say that with confidence is I have playlists, right? And I'm like, okay. And some of them it's interesting because they get all kind of mixed together a little bit, and you're like, do I know that tune? And I'm like, yes, I know that tune. If you can start it, I know it. Kind of.
It's the smiley reel. Oh, I love that one.
Steve Park's old joke was that when you first start playing old time, you're like, all these songs sound the same. And then after a while, you're like, well, no, there's a big difference. And then by the end, you're like, years later, you're like, oh, they all sound the same.
Yeah. It's like a little bit of a coming back. Yeah.
But the thing about and you're also connecting to something that's been going on for literally thousands of years.
Right.
And you're playing acoustic music. And even some of the songs you're playing are hundreds
really,
of years.
really, really old. Yeah.
So you're connecting to a tradition that, and that keeps the center, hopefully can help hold the center to keep us.
Yeah, it's a combination of like that rooted in tradition while also creation and like that dynamic kind of like you're doing something new every time.
Right.
It's both rooted and dynamic.
There you go, guys. Play music.
Yeah,
it's good for your soul.
Hold on. I got one more question. I'm so sorry. Improv. Do you improv over top of this, or is this a non-improv
What do you mean by improv?
Like, let's say you're playing a song, and it's like, well, I mean, you got the A, B.
Oh,
but
sure.
Do you decide, hey, for this time, I'm gonna just kind of, I'm in the key, but I'm just gonna do a little something.
Yeah. So I think there is a little bit of liberty to like noodle and harmonize, especially once you've been playing. Typically in an old time jam, right? You play a tune, and it kind of goes for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 10, 15 rounds, right? And like when you get to the 15th round, there's some of us that are like, okay, let's find some harmony lines, do something different. And so there is that freedom. Not everybody does it that way, but I definitely love finding some harmonies. And even like, it's interesting. There's words to some of these tunes, but it's kind of like short and just like one verse, or there's
yeah,
or like
squirrel heads and gravy, squirrel heads and sauce.
Yeah, and there's some floating verses, right, that carry over between songs.
And no one was having seizures at that point. These are all old time. These are all old time things, elements.
But it's the kind of the fun thing where like you can write new old time tunes, which sounds weird, right? If you don't understand old time to be a genre, right? Like not just old timey music, but like it's you can write new old time tunes, and you can also write words to old songs, right? And there's a lot of freedom in that in most old time circles that I'm into.
The 8th of January that's a funny one that we learned, and I was like, oh, I know this that old country song, the 1814 took a little trip down, and then you're like, oh, that is an old time song.
It totally is.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's just life.
Fantastic.
All right. Thank you again for joining us.
John Gullman,
thank you for having me.
John Yoder Gullman.
This has been a joy. Yeah, thank you.
And are we wrapping it up?
We are.
That's another episode of Bingo is Life, the podcast, brought to you by Restless Moons this evening.
That's right.
Joined by the Bingo Boys, Chris and Mike Howdy Show. Once again, thanks to John Gullman for stopping by.
Also, guess what? It's also brought to you by
Ruby's Arcade.
Ruby's Arcade.
Yeah, where we are. Come down here 7:30.
Yeah.
Tuesday night for Bingo is Life. We don't have the virtual bowling yet. We're still using old school, real, live.
That's right. Authentic duck pins.
Baltimore style duck pins bowling. And you can join us and listen to us on the internet whenever you like, on whatever your streaming choice is.
And if you ever want to learn banjo, hit me up.
Nice.
Okay, see you next week, kids.
Bye. Bingo is Life, a post-bingo Harrisonburg podcast, is brought to you by the Brothers Howdy Show and our friends at Ruby's Arcade in downtown Harrisonburg, Virginia. If you've enjoyed the show and feel it's worth spreading a little joy in this world, please tell just one person that you like this podcast. Word of mouth, more than any other form of promotion, is how creative works get noticed and sustain themselves. Thank you, Andrew Hickey, for that bit of wisdom, and thank you, listeners, for being part of the fun.